You've allowed yourself to keep using the quick diet fixes such as cutting carbs, calories, or maybe even keto or carnivore. And now you're finding yourself stuck in a way that seems even more frustrating and challenging than it's ever seen before. The number one goal we have in our program is to quit dieting. Initially, it is to eat the foods that you enjoy so that we can see the foods that you actually enjoy eating. I do this in a way that is different than everyone else. You can still eat the foods that you enjoy without dieting or having to schedule a cheat meal. Matter of fact, you can even eat more foods with the strategies that I teach and you still lose the weight and keep it off. This will be so simple if you're coachable. It's so crazy simple, my clients say, that my clients can't even believe the struggles they had before coming to work with me. There are some psychological things that we're going to need to work on to be able to change what you're doing in order to help you to quit all of the quick diets like keto, low carb, etc. This keeps you on the yo-yo wagon and it just leads you back down to another diet. And when that diet doesn't work, then everything quits working. This often leads to feelings of depression, anxiety, frustration, and even more self-sabotage. Sound familiar? Is this something that consumes you? You think about from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. Are you consumed with what you're going to eat? Are you consumed with what foods you can't have? If you eat the foods you enjoy, you feel guilty. Do you feel isolated because you're avoiding eating in public settings? Even dread date night because you're on a diet? Do you hate the way you look in the mirror? Is this affecting the way you feel about yourself? These actions right here are making you desperate and is keeping you in this cycle of eating, restricting, eating, and the same old vicious cycle. And this leads you back to the self-sabotage wagon, where you start this cycle all over again the next day. Sound familiar? My goal is to help you transform out of the mindset you have to diet to lose weight, that you have to restrict calories or avoid the foods that you like. When you need to lose weight so bad, it's easy to feel desperate, and this is where the self-sabotage sets in. You feel depressed, you're consumed with foods, you're consumed with your body, you hate the way you look. You're tired of feeling this way. You're tired of not being able to fit in your clothes that are in the closet. You're literally addicted to your own pain, your own self-sabotage, the anxiousness about food and the way you look. And now, instead of living the life that you should be, enjoying life with freedom, you're on the media finding the next quick fix. What diet will be next? How else can I wrap myself and loathe myself in self-sabotage? Around the clock thinking about what you're going to do next to lose weight. How am I going to lose weight? The scale's not moving. I can't fit in my clothes. If I just skip a meal, oh, wait a minute. What if I just try intermittent fasting this time? You've got to quit all of this. You've got to quit the dieting. The only reason you're doing this is because you don't know what to do. You're desperate. You're frustrated. I've been there. You want to lose the weight, then you've got to stop the dieting. You've got to stop telling yourself that you can't have the foods that you enjoy. You've got to stop talking to yourself this way. You've got to quit thinking this way. If you're going to eat, you need to be able to eat the foods you enjoy and not feel guilty. And I teach this in my program. How would you get to where you want to go? How would you get started to make those changes? How can I eat the foods that I enjoy? This process starts in the mind because if you're thinking all day about these things constantly, you know that you're not happy. And this is where it's easy to become addicted and stay stuck to keep doing the same things that are keeping you right here, not being able to lose weight. Have you ever seen a woman who has kept her weight off and she avoids eating the foods that she enjoys and is happy and has confidence? It doesn't exist. There's no woman out there that has kept the weight off and avoids eating the food she enjoys. It doesn't work that way. The next thing to understand is that you've lost control. When you're all over media, you're looking for the next diet and the next product, such as Weight Watchers, such as Nutrisystem. These are diet gimmicks. These are not ways to lose weight that are sustainable. What do I mean you've lost control? If you want to lose the weight and enjoy life, you've got to be able to eat the foods that you enjoy. You can't diet. You have to give this up in order to lose the weight and keep it off. This is a lifestyle. If you want to feel confident, you've got to be able to change the way your body is for you. What's attractive in a woman? Well, most women would say not having belly fat, generally feeling nice in my clothes. I can fit my clothes in my closet. Feeling confident, not avoiding events, not having negative feelings associated with foods. Here's where you've become weak. And this process has made you weaker over time. Maybe you started out on keto. Maybe you just started doing intermittent fasting. And now you feel like a failure because nothing is working for you anymore. If you're coachable, I can teach you this. I teach this as a process, not just some stuff you throw together, not a diet plan, not a meal plan. This is a lifestyle. This is psychological stuff here. It's actually a way of thinking about food that makes you a woman in control. And very few women know this. This is what will give you freedom in your life. If you've been through my program, you know this. This is why the most successful ladies on this journey go through my program multiple times. Because they understand that this is something learned, something that is done over time, and it takes understanding the psychology and to be able to change the way we think about food. How to be able to enjoy a piece of cake or whatever that food is that you feel that you can't have when you're trying to lose weight. Being able to eat and feel good about your body before the physical changes occur. To be able to start enjoying life without being consumed with your weight, your food, or your body, and the positive. Does this make sense? Let me know down in the comments. Anytime you can eat something that you feel is off limits and you're able to come back to the table without feeling guilt, shame, self-sabotaging thoughts about your body, hating yourself, this creates confidence, even without a physical change. Confidence is an inside job, and this is part of the framework that I teach in my program. Do you remember when you were confident? Do you remember that you weren't consumed with your thoughts about your body, your food, your belly fat? You weren't all over the media trying to find the next fix, the next diet. You were eating, enjoying life, doing the things that you enjoy doing. What I teach in my program is that we are not avoiding or restricting foods. This right here is the problem. Why you're having trouble losing weight. I find it's an all or nothing mindset. Either ladies are all in for a couple of weeks, and then once they eat off their diet, they start the cycle all over again. Because there is some psychological stuff that has to be worked on here. When we understand that we can eat food and not diet, this is where it's at. No woman keeps her weight off avoiding foods, shaming herself, or having to set up cheat meals. And one of the things to do here is to start paying attention to your behavior around food. Does it make you uncomfortable? Do you overindulge? Do you find yourself restricting? Do you find yourself shaming yourself? Do you find yourself guilty? This pattern is keeping you stuck. I teach ladies how to have a good relationship with food, and this is where it starts. As long as you're avoiding foods that you enjoy or restricting foods in a way that's not sustainable for you, nothing will work. You'll never be able to keep the weight off as long as you keep avoiding the foods that you enjoy and you remain in this yo-yo pattern. A lot of the ladies that I work with, I've taught them some strategies that really help them change their relationship with food. And that they tell me this has been so freeing for them. For the first time in their life, they could truly eat with their grandchildren, a cupcake, a piece of cake, a shake, and not feel guilt about eating the foods and worried about gaining weight. If this is something you're struggling with, I'd love to talk. You can find the link below in the description to book a free nutrition consult with me. And be sure to watch the next video.